Hey everybody, Alex from SCADA here. In this video, we're going to give you a high-level overview of templates in both vision and perspective. We'll start with vision, and we're in the Rio Oso project from Ignition 201. We'll just use that as an example here. So a template in vision is down below Windows. This allows you to configure a graphical template that you can pass data into so that you build the graphic one time rather than having to build it multiple times. So if in this case, we're doing coffee roasting stations, this allows us to build a coffee roasting station template, and we can pass in a parameter. In this case, it's called brew station. And we can see up here the header updates, and we're now looking at a different tag for the data. So now we're looking at station 2. We'll see the water temperature here matches what we're seeing up here. If we go change our brew type and enable write mode, that'll enable or change the value of our brew type up here for station 2. If we were to say change this back to station 1, that now pulls up our station 1 information here, and change the brew type there to station 1, and that updates here. And this is we have UDTs configured for the stations that have a brew type, status, and a water temperature tag coming from the programmable device controller, and then a high and low set point that are memory tags that we're pulling across from the programmable device simulator to, you'll see our water temp is changing over time, and then we can set our high and low set point as memory tags that could help us generate alarms and things. So that's templates in Vision. And then to pull those onto a window, you can either use a template repeater. Whoops. Let me go out of play mode. A template repeater like we're using here on this overview screen. Or we can set up a pop-up and we can drag that template over, and we see it's a stamp over here. And then that exposes our template parameter here that we can pull in. In this case, we're pulling it in from the pop-up window itself. And in this case, it's giving us station 7 for that value. Now, templates work the same way in perspective. The only difference is you don't have a separate templates item in the project browser like we do in Vision. So we're simply making a view that we're using here as our template view. And again, this operates the same way. We have a parameter on the view that we can use to change which station we're looking at. That's down here at the bottom. And then in all of these bindings, we're using that to build dynamic tag paths. And then on the pop-up view, we're using an embedded view to pull that across, and then we're mapping the parameter from the overall pop-up view to that. So realistically, if you're copying and pasting things in Vision or perspective at all, graphically, it generally makes sense to build a template, because then you can, like if let's say we need to add another button for roaster status, say off, brew, clean, and maybe maintenance. If we had copy pasted all of this, then we need to go through, in this case we have 20 stations, we would need to go through 20 graphical instances to add that button. Using templates, we would only have to add that to the template and set up the bindings and everything on that button in one spot, and then it copies across to the entire project. So again, a fairly high-level overview of templates, and we can go to the Ignition docs, and look up vision templates or dynamic templates. I think if we go to the perspective module, let's see, views in perspective, embedded views. There's not really a templates section under perspective, but the concept is the same. Maybe a vision-oriented guide to perspective, comparison, session, page, view, container. Yeah, I'd probably start with the embedded views there and keep following along to the Ignition 103 series where we talk about templates in perspective and setting them up with pop-ups. But that gives you at least an overview that they exist and some places to look in the docs. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Have a great day.